And we are live.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. We are here with the man who needs no introduction, Mr. World 2016, Rohit Khandelwal. Hi, Rohit.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. It feels so awesome to be back again. I think I'm doing a live chat after a very long time. So let's go ahead. I'm sure some interesting questions are going to be
So
coming.
many fans joining in.
Okay.
Rohit, the first question I want to ask you is, until a few years back, you've been working into the corporate sector. So today, after winning the first title of Mr. World, how does it feel and how do you describe your journey?
I would say it was magical journey. If I have to think about being a ground staff executive at SpiceJet, I never thought I would come this far, and I never thought I will be into pageants and Mr. India and Mr. World. It never was my plan. So I let every opportunity come to me, and everything just happened with the flow. But yes, one thing which remained with me always was a lot of hard work and faith. A lot of faith in myself, and having my family supporting and being with me emotionally, which is so important. So the journey has been amazing, lots and lots of ups and down. But I would say there's so much of learning. I think the city Mumbai has taught me a lot, and the title Mr. India and Mr. World has taught me a lot. Met some amazing people, so the journey has been amazing, I would say.
What has been the biggest change after winning the title?
I guess respect that way. A lot of people look up to me, and that gives me more motivation to work hard. So that has been a change. As well, I got more responsibility. I guess now I got to do something really big, which I will be soon. So that has been a change. Otherwise, besides that, I don't think so. There should be any change in somebody's life, because you got to live the life you want to live the way you want to. So very simple and nice, easy. So I think everything else is just the same.
So everyone knows that the family plays a very important role in anyone's career. So how has your family been throughout this journey?
My family has been the very important factor in my life. I think they are the ones who have always been there with me, supported me, and whenever I probably miss them or whatever is going in my life, I always discuss this, and they always only encouraged me. So their role into my life, even before coming to Bombay and being into Mr. India, Mr. World, was with a lot of discipline, and with they have told me the important principles in life, which really helped me a lot. So whenever I get time, I go back home, I get back to the same Rohit I used to always be. So their importance in my life is a lot, I would say.
Also, in one of your videos, you said your grandmother is someone who holds the entire family together. So, how is your relationship with her?
Then my relationship with my grandmother is super amazing. I think she is somebody, whenever I go home, she treats me like a small kid still now. She calls me the same way she used to call. She asks me 1,000 times if I've had my food, if I'm happy, and I'm very close to her than I think any other member in my family. It's such a pleasure. It's so pleasant to talk to her always, and she's somebody in my entire family has stood through a lot of ups and downs in her life, and I look up to her for all that. I remember being a kid and seeing her working extremely hard and raising, four daughters and two sons. So I have seen her that she's always had a smile on her face. So that's the reason I think she is the pillar of strength for me.
Rohit, you always wanted to make a mark in the glamour industry, and how did you take fitness as your priority, and what motivated you?
Well, I realized it's so important to be fit if you want to be in Mr. India or Mr. World or anything related to glamour industry. And it definitely, I had to completely change my routine, because I am a Marwadi guy, and how a typical Marwadi eats, all that food. I was involved into eating all that, and sudden realization that if I don't change this habit, which will definitely take time, which will be a lot of efforts, things won't change. So it took time, definitely. I kept meeting a lot of people and getting as much as knowledge as possible to for right food, right training. So it took some time, and I got back. So I guess if you're passionate about something, you'll do everything possible to just get there.
So, any tip for people who are aspiring to become models or enter into
My
pageants?
tip for people who wants to become models and aspire to work hard on yourself, but be yourself, the person you are. And there are a lot of things that I've told about the industry, but there's always where there's a will, there's a way, and there's always a right way of doing things. But the most important element is having self-confidence, because at one point of time nobody would believe you, but you got to believe yourself. So I would say that to them.
So, there are a lot of fans. Archie
Okay.
Singh has joined in, Sachin has joined in,
Hi. Hello
Ra-
guys.
Rakesh Nitharwal has joined in,
Rakesh,
Mohit has
Sachin,
joined.
Mohit.
So, if you can just wave out to them.
Hi guys. Thank you so much for taking your time out and joining in and listening to me. And I hope I probably don't take too much of your time with nonsense conversation. So I'll try myself to stick up to something you probably would love to listen to.
So, when you first came to Mumbai, you lived
Yeah.
in an apartment with 5 other people. And you did some advertising shoots, and then within 3 months, you did a commercial opposite Kareena Kapoor. So, was that the beginning of your journey?
Yeah, that was the beginning of my journey, because I never knew I'll probably shoot with Kareena Kapoor in just 3 months after I came to Bombay at that point of time. And when I was living with 5 guys in a 2 BHK, it was so much fun, I guess, because I remember, you know, it's about the company. They were so good to me, and I used to always feel like family. And since I was new to Bombay, that energy that I've put in forward. So when the TVC with Kareena Kapoor has turned up, and I was in the shoot, and she was close to me, I then realized anything is possible. And that's when I realized this is the city I want to be in, and I'm ready to give it all.
In one of your interviews, you said that winning Mr. World title was the most humbling experience ever. So, and this feeling would never sink in. So, why did you say that?
Okay. So that's, I think, because I never thought of even participating for Mr. India. I came Bombay with thinking that I'll probably do serials and I'll probably only fit into that. I'm not capable of doing so much in my life. That's what my plan was. And Mr. India happened, I read it in the newspaper. I something in my gut feeling said that there's nothing that I'm going to lose if I participate for this. And since everything started happening, I won Mr. India, I won Mr. World, which was never planned. So that's the reason it was a humble experience for me, because I never thought something like this will come to my life. And I think definitely besides me, a lot of people have supported me, the organization itself, you know. So everything happened together, and I'm really happy. I'm so grateful that I've been a part of Mr. World, Mr. India. Grateful to be Mr. World.
It's often seen that male models in India have not got the same kind of recognition that you have got after your win. So, this achievement does make you feel proud about yourself, like.
Um, I guess there are a lot of supermodels I even follow today, and I even followed them before I came to Mumbai. They're doing an amazing job. I guess I was just at the right time, at the right place, and I never thought I will probably go for Mr. World when I was participating for Mr. India. I do feel proud. I think there's so much that I've got and I never thought about. But whenever I look up to every supermodel, then I really go ahead and I make sure to learn more things from them, because I still feel there's so much that I can learn.
Was language a barrier for you when you came to Mumbai, and how did you overcome it?
Hindi was a bit of, though I am definitely Hindu, but I was typically from Hyderabad, so I speak Hyderabadi. बट थोड़ा सा बहुत प्रॉब्लम था हिंदी का, लेकिन अभी बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, क्योंकि मैंने हिंदी क्लासेस लेना शुरू किया था, और चैनल वी का जो मैंने एक शो किया था उसमें इतना, आई थिंक उस शो में सबसे ज़्यादा मेरा काम हिंदी में ही हुआ था. सो आई बीन, इसलिए स्टार्टिंग में शुद्ध हिंदी जो होती है वो बहुत ज़रूरी होती है एक्टर्स के लिए भी. तो इट वॉज इनिशियली अ प्रॉब्लम, बट देन इट वॉज नॉट लेटर.
We all know that you are a big Shah Rukh Khan fan and you have admired his work ethics. So, what is that one quality about him that you imbibe?
I think his sense of humor, and for everything that he does, especially his interviews when I watch. So it's just not about acting. He's about overall together a package about how he lives his life, his thought process. how he probably balances personal and professional life so well. And even I love the kind of movies he does. Maybe the movie too good or not, but Shah Rukh Khan is Shah Rukh Khan, and nobody can replace him.
And recalling how you impressed Megan with your
Yeah.
the act, what was in your mind, like?
Honestly, I didn't know it's going to work out because I thought it's a big risk. In fact, some of them have told me, close ones, that don't do this for your finale. Nobody will understand, and you'll just goof up. You'll goof up at the last moment if you say in Hindi. And I thought, no, it's my gut saying that I'm going to make it, because I think I'll just translate this in English and say what is law of attraction, and I can complete this in 1 minute. I know people would not understand Hindi, but they probably would
Understand the emotions.
hear my emotions really well and connect with my emotions. And I tried giving, as emotional as possible, and it worked out.
You had a tough competition from Puerto Rico and Mexico as well. So you had a specific game plan in your mind when.
There was no game plan. I guess we were all so ourselves. I guess when I think about Puerto Rico and Mexico, I love these guys. I wish to meet them, hopefully. So there was no game plan. I didn't even know how it's going to be. But definitely Puerto Rico was a tough competitor because he did try to impress Megan in Philippines, but I impressing in Hindi worked out.
Absolutely. So learning Hindi worked.
Totally. And I was never so bad in Hindi. I was good in Hindi. It's just polished.
Yeah. Are you still in touch with your fellow contestants at Miss World?
Yes, very much. Mr. South Africa, if you're watching this, we are soon going to meet next week. In fact, he's became the national license holder for South Africa. So that's a great job. I'm meeting him, and I've been in touch with a couple of more countries. We keep be there, tapping on likes on Instagram profile pages. So it's a bond, I think, of forever I'm going to have with contestants.
During your reign, you interacted with 4 Miss World beauties. How was your experience interacting with each one of them?
I guess it was wonderful. My first trip was with Miria Lalaguna, 2015. That was my first trip as Mr. World, and we traveled to Asia, entire Asia. I guess China, Philippines, Korea, and 13 to 14 days. It was amazing time. I think there's so much I realized that she had so much of patience in her in every way possible, and she never lose herself. So that's something I adore about her. Stephanie, definitely. With Stephanie, it was a different experience. We went to South Africa. We did a campaign, Rise Against Hunger. With Manushi, of course, she being an Indian, there is so much that she's so disciplined, and she's so much into her work. There's so much to even learn from her. And of course, the new Miss World. I haven't spent much time with Vanessa, but I've been keeping a tap on her Instagram stories and the pictures, and it's very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing her now in a few days when I visit Philippines.
Also, you did quite a few international trips as a part of your Mr. World duties. So, the one in South Africa, you were a part of the Stop Hunger initiative.
Yeah.
So, can you talk about it?
Right. Rise Against Hunger. That's one of the best initiative, I think. That's best part of my life. We went to places in South Africa, rural places, where there are kids who, malnutrition kids who could not probably get access to education, food. So under Nelson Mandela Foundation, with Miss World Organization, Mr. World Organization, Julia Morley has taken the initiative. We provided food facility to so many kids. And I was there for almost a week in South Africa. We ourselves went to so many schools, so many places, handed over the food, food packets to so many kids, and we in fact made the food together. If you go to the page at Mr. World and check, we made so many packets together. It was a lot of efforts, but that's one of the best feeling I've had in my life.
So inspiring. In 2017, Manushi Chilla was crowned as Miss World, and you were there as a part of the judges panel. And how's it feeling, seeing an Indian, winning the title after so many years?
Well, I would say I can still recall the feeling. I'm sitting probably at the moment on the stage, and she was in top 5. And then I obviously got to know, since I was the judge, I got to know the results that now she's already in top three before anybody. And I didn't know that she's going to be the main winner, but my heart was beating because it's India, and when it happened, I think I go numb when something really big happens, even when I won. So it was the best feeling, India winning the same year, Mr. World and Miss World. Our brand head, Natasha, a very good friend of mine, was also there. She was in tears for the first time. I was seeing her in tears. And I think that's one of the memorable moments.
Yeah, it was a very proud moment for all of us,
Yeah.
back in India as well.
Right.
Like seeing
Right.
both Mr. World and Miss World, from India.
Okay.
So what are your future plans after passing your title?
Well, my future plan has been to act mostly for a very long time. So I've taken a big break, but I'm going to be back. So I'm mostly debuting and kickstarting my career next year in acting. And whoever is watching me live, don't skip watching me live again during that point of time. And so a lot of things are going to come up soon the coming year.
So you are going for the Mr. World 2019 pageant in Philippines very soon. So how excited are you to meet the 2019 contestant, and what's your message?
I'm excited to meet all the contestants. I've been seeing updates of so many countries and contestants who are participating for extreme sports, multimedia, and I've been there, done that, so I can relate myself. My message to them would be that it's going to be hectic, it's going to be challenging, but take it as an adventure. I'm very excited to meet them, to know them, because it's always so good to know new people and what everybody's got to say, their life, and their culture. So I'm waiting. Probably day after is my flight to Philippines. So very excited.
Do you feel emotional right now knowing the fact that you'll be sashing a new winner in just a few days' time?
Well, not at the moment, but I'm sure when I'll probably sashing the winner, I would be a little emotional, because the entire part of being Mr. World for the longest time, the longest reigning Mr. World, it's gonna be over. So I definitely would be. I've been into almost 5 years into pageants, and I've been a part of it. So it's gonna be emotional, but it's a moment that I want to live and smile with.
So what is the most important thing that you'll be missing?
Most important thing, I think, Julia Modeling. She's our chairperson for Miss World organization, and she's an amazing person. Her energy and her smile, her conversations. So I'm in touch with her. She's somebody I'm going to definitely miss her, and I'll try my best to always be in contact. But that's her company is something that I'm going to miss for sure.
So we'll have few rapid fire questions with you now.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, ready.
One word that best describes you.
Emotional.
Which emoji best describes you?
The emoji with the glasses, sunglasses, black. It's cool. Yeah.
The strangest compliment that you have ever received.
The strangest compliment I ever received. Okay. I can't think about any at the moment, but strangest compliment. Yeah. I can't think anything at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, next question is, if you could be anybody else for a day, who would they be and why?
Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
One thing that
Go to forest.
Okay. One thing that makes you smile.
My nephew Rivan, I guess. Every single day I see he's learning something new. I've just heard from my sister-in-law that he doesn't take shower until and unless there is a music playing. So that's something I used to be like. So he brings smile on my face.
One thing you cannot live without.
Talking to my parents.
One precious thing in your wardrobe.
So one precious thing in the wardrobe. My Versace Eros perfume, I would say. Not really, really precious, but it's something that's always there.
One thing that people don't know about Rohit Khandelwal.
That he's much more stronger, powerful than you think. Yeah.
Excellent. One useful skill that you have learned as a Mr. World in last 3 years.
Being patient.
If you could make everyone in the world believe one thing regardless of whether it's true or not, what would it be?
In the believe in magic, it happens. Have faith in it.
What video game you wish was more lifelike?
What video will be more like?
Wish life was more like?
Which life was more like? I've only played video games of wrestling and all of that. I guess would be Midtown Madness. I don't know whether it's a game I used to play a lot. It's a card game. Yeah. So all those guys, thank you so much, whoever have been coming on live and speaking. I think it's a pleasure to always speak to you guys, and because I guess it's such an unconditional love that so many of you come live and watch and comment. So I'm really happy about it. Yeah, that's good.
We would like to play this nice game of emojis. Guess the movie. So
Right.
if you can,
All right.
just try guessing and show to the audience. So the
Okay.
first movie we have is
Is one is heart, dil do, dil dhadkne do, right?
yes,
Is that right?
it's
Okay.
right.
Dil dhadkne do. Itna bhi mat dhadkao. Next is
That looks tough.
7 knife. What is this emoji like?
Namaste.
Namaste.
Sorry.
7 सात खून माफ. Yeah.
Yes, you're
Okay.
right. I
was-
must say you're very good at it.
These emojis are pretty easy. Okay. What is this emoji called?
This
Oh my
is a
God.
shocking
Shock.
emotion.
रात में shock. दो. Okay, which flag is this? I'm sorry.
China.
China. Ratri. Shocking. Do China. 36 China. Don't know.
You close.
Chinatown. Is that?
It's a Akshay Kumar movie.
Akshay Kumar movie. Chinatown. 36 Chinatown.
Akshay Kumar.
Yeah.
Deepika
Rat.
Padukone.
Rat. Chandni Chowk.
Yes.
Chandni Chowk.
Yes.
Okay.
It's Chandni Chowk to China.
China. Sorry, Chandni Chowk to China.
Not bad. You tried guessing.
किताबें बहुत सी पढ़ी होगी तुमने. किताबें तुम्हें सुनाई दे रही है. Books.
Books कौन पढ़ता है?
हम सब पढ़ते हैं. Books.
ज़्यादा कौन पढ़ता है?
पढ़ाकू.
Students.
Student of the year.
Yes.
Okay.
And the last one. This you should guess.
Okay. This is guy in tuxedo in India.
Looks like you though.
Yeah, looks like a guy. So it's a Mr. World तो movie होगी नहीं. That's Mr. India.
Excellent.
Okay.
So we are done with our emoji game. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Any last message for the fans, Rohit?
My message for the fans is whoever's watching me live at the moment, who will probably watch me later on, I would say thank you so much for listening to me, for supporting me throughout. I guess from my journey of Mr. India to Mr. World, I remember the followers I've had and I probably have now. It's so much of love coming from you. It means a lot. Thank you so much. And I wish you, each one of you, a lot of happiness and prosperity in your life. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.